Oh, that was so cool.
Right?
There's so many different things happening. Okay.
Yeah, the production on it is amazing. I don't know. I think I gravitated to the story of the song almost as soon as I heard it because I had really supportive parents growing up, and college was like a huge thing for them, and I let them down so many multiple times over the course of the years. I think I've dropped out of like 4 different colleges, and I know that's probably a huge disappointment, but they've come to peace with where I'm at in my life. But when I first went to college, I had a full ride scholarship, and I dropped out because I had the opportunity to tour. And for me, it was a really easy choice. Like, you know, I could go to school to study music, or I could just go play music. And for me, it was like, okay, well, I'm just going to go play music while I'm young. But like this idea of, you know, going to college because a parent told you should do it, and coming out with all that debt, and still having that parent go like, you know, hey, I love you, I support you, and I love that you're chasing your dream, but maybe you should do something real. Mm-hmm. I just related so much to that song.
It is such a relatable topic. Because, I mean, everybody who wants to be a musician is pursuing it, has pursued it, has had that conversation with somebody at some point. Like, well, you know, music's not really paying as well as it could be. So, you know, you should have some sort of backup plan or whatever. And it really is one of those things where it's like, you're not going to know unless you try it. And so it's like, it's so relatable.
Yeah. And catchy. I mean, her voice is incredible. She's super quirky. I highly encourage everybody to check out her stuff. She's obviously come out of art school with like a lot of great connections for her videos. Her videos are super fun, and the production, like it's not like anything I've ever heard. Like if you really listen deep, there's so much cool like texture stuff that's going on in the beat. A lot of manipulation that they're doing with her voice that's really cool. I love it. I'm very interested to hear what Tyler has to say about this, because I don't know you as somebody who listens to a whole lot of pop music.
Is it pop?
This is the direction that pop music is going. You're getting more and more of this, like, I guess quirky would be a good word, but this like very interesting music that is very strictly lives on the internet.
Yeah. I love there was a lot of like weird little kind of like time change, you know, type of flow to the song, where she would stop and then she'd go into something else, but it would always lead back into something else, right? And then come full circle back to, you know, the hook, while just trashing college with every breath. I think what I'm most impressed about it is that it's somebody from Nashville.
Yeah.
You know, like everything that comes out of here is very country. You know, you have your pockets of you know, different kinds of bands, and you know, especially bands that are like coming through now that are a little more on the rock side. But I like it just for the simple fact that I haven't heard anything like this come out of Nashville at least the past 6 years. So I thought it was great.
Short of like Test Violet, you probably did because it was on a DVD back in the day.
Gotcha.
It's also very interesting just listening to, like, again, going back to the production. It's a very strange, maybe not strange, unusual choice of instruments, because you've got the big 808, then you've got the most classic sounding mellotron you've ever heard, and then you've got the very heavily processed vocals that get into that kind of like chipmunky, Foreman shifted, auto-tuned like sound to it, and it's just not a combination that you would typically hear. And I think that's why it's so ear-catching, is because it is so different. And I was also thinking about this today, is that in very specific instances, and I think that this is one of them, there are certain parts where auto-tune actually feels like it can bring out more emotion in a performance than it could have otherwise. Like there's just something about the way that it transitions notes in that like higher register, Foreman shifted kind of thing, that just feels very powerful in a weird way.
Well, also too, like the auto-tune in this, it was, yes, it was probably sprinkled in throughout, and you know, there was times it was more, you know, in the mix, but it was done really well. It wasn't like ear piercing, or it was like, what is happening there? You know, it was done really well.
I think it almost, at a certain point, it becomes like a synth layer unto itself. It's just a little bit of texture. And what's really cool about her, you know, she's got a whole gamut of stuff, and not everything is as processed vocally. Like the girl can sing. She doesn't need the auto-tune. It is a flavor that they put on there to kind of help with the song.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is definitely an artist that I want to check out more stuff from because it's just so quirky and unique. I really like this a lot.
Yeah, the music itself is really fun, but I tell you, lyrically, she's super fun. I think she's got a song about BDSM that's super funny. Yeah, she's just very unique. I haven't heard much like her. She reminds me a lot of, just in her uniqueness, which saying that kind of seems like an oxymoron. Like, hey, she's really unique. Let me tell you who she reminds you of. But who was the girl that did Royals? Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got like that quality.
I
think she is her own.
Yeah.
She is definitely her own thing, but she has
kind of has that vibe.
Yeah, like if she opened for Lord, that is a bill that would make 100% sense to me.
All right, so moving on to the final track. This is going to be a song that's going to. Is this premiering on the episode here? Or is this going to be released as a single prior to the episode coming out?
So I think by timing and everything, I'm not sure. I think the song it'll be out by. I think by the time this comes out, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. This is hitting. We're premiering the video, I think, on New Noise one of those days, and then it'll officially be out on Friday, the 3rd for pre-orders.
Okay, cool, perfect.
This song's called RWD, and we've had this in the guitarsenal for a while, if you will, and it kind of came together in a little different way than we normally write. I'm more of a rhythm guy, so I'll usually put down some sort of rhythm, and then Nate will come over with like some leads. And this one was actually wrote in reverse, which makes it kind of fun, where a bulk of the rhythm is Nate, and then I do a lot of the twinkly leads and stuff in there.
Oh, okay, cool. And is there anything else before we play this song? I think that this is going to be the end of the episode. Anything else that you guys want to plug before this song plays?
Just that our new record Spill is out on the February 17th. It will be available everywhere. By the time you're seeing this episode, vinyl pre-orders will be up. We've got 3 really cool colors. You should collect them all. You should just buy all 3.
It's like Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all.
And I'll tell you straight up, you won't make us rich because that's not what we're in this for. We just want you to have cool stuff and listen to cool music, and that's what we have to offer.
Yeah, shout out to Austin at Mind Over Matter for going on this very long journey with us. Super rad dude, and we're stoked. And also thank you for having us on your show. This has been a blast.
Of course.
And we've loved it.
I got turned on to a lot of really cool music doing this episode, though. Also, thank you for having us.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts of doing this show is that you just get to talk with like-minded people about music that you find very interesting. And I always come out of it with a few new songs that are just on constant rotation. This has been the Fresh Finds Podcast, the show about discovering new music with good people. Thanks for listening.